Aloha. Welcome to Turtle Flow Yogi Tea Time episode 8. My name is Steph, and this is my YouTube series that I do every other Thursdays at 4 p.m. But due to schedule conflict, I'm doing this on Wednesday, the November 4th. So cheers for afternoon tea break. Today I'm going to be I'm drinking the ginger tea. So it's just a homemade tea. Normally I share various tea that is not sponsored. But during this winter season, during the cold season, I usually drink as a prevention, just straight up fresh cut up ginger that I boil for over 10 minutes or so. And you can keep reheating and add more water for a few days. And depending on your preference, you're welcome to keep the skin on or off. And then I would squeeze some lemon, organic lemon, and then I'll just drink it warm without any sweetener, or sometimes I'll add like a honey, usually local honey from farmer's market. So ginger tea is really great for inflammation, digestion, and for preventing colds during the winter season. And I drink it pretty much throughout the day once we hit this November through pretty much till February or so. So let me know where you're joining today in the live chat. And if you want to join the live chat, normally I usually reserve this invitation to join the panelist to my email list. But today I will be opening it up to anyone that's watching live to come on once we start the laughing session. So our topic today is laughter yoga. I'm going to put this back on. So I just put in the chat the link if you want to join in the live chat box. You can click on the link to request to join the video live while I'm explaining the laughter yoga. And before we get into the topic, please let me know your name, where you're tuning in from, and what tea you're drinking. Or if you're not drinking any tea, let me know what your favorite tea is. You're also welcome to share your favorite coffee. I'm also really big on drinking coffee as well. So I have no negative feelings towards coffee. Hello. So please type in the chat where you're tuning in from, how you're doing, and what tea you're drinking or your favorite tea. And then I will get into the topic, laughter yoga. So, just the timing of doing this today actually worked out really well because I know everyone's on edge, especially in the US, and the whole world is watching the election results. And it'll be a few days until we really find out. But instead of being really anxious, you just want to let it go, not watch the news all day, and just keep up to date from time to time. Just limit the time of how much you're gonna watch it. And in the meantime, just do things to nurture yourself and keep your immune system high and keep your vibration high. So tomorrow is normally when I do it, but I have to, as a yoga instructor, we're required to keep our CPR certification up to date. And the only time I could register for the class that worked for me location wise is tomorrow. So I had to bring it up to move up the Yogi Tea Time to today, or I could have pushed it back to Friday, but I thought it would be actually more beneficial to do so today. So the topic is laughter yoga. So laughter yoga is an ancient practice, but it was popularized in the 60s by a family physician named Madan Kataria, and who wrote the book Laugh for No Reason. And I'm one of those people. I think everybody loves to laugh, but I especially love to laugh, and oftentimes that's how I determine whether I want certain people around me or not. So the people that I can really laugh with and have fun are usually the ones that I think most people like to be around. But of course, as an empath, I also draw a lot of people who always want advice and want to talk about their problems, which I have no problem being there for. But you still have to have sense of humor and just learn how to laugh, or just know how to laugh. And at one point, because of that, I used to have a nickname. My nickname was Giggles at one point, and during the teen years, I used to just laugh at no reason. And once I start this laughing session, I wouldn't know how to stop. And I think it's like a phase that most teens go through, but I think mine was a little more extreme. So my dad used to actually get really mad at me because it would be to a point where it would be too annoying. So he would just tell me to shut up. And and then I also love, watching stand-up comedies on Netflix. Anytime there's a new one, I always like to check it out. And especially during this lockdown, those are my go-to. And I've seen some live comedy shows, but my favorite are Dave Chappelle and Trevor Noah, of course, Margaret Cho, Ali Wong. And sometimes laughter can come. So the opposite of laughter is tear or sadness, crying. And sometimes, when you're sad, you can start laughing, and that's called a nervous laugh. And it's actually a phenomenon, a technical term. And sometimes you can also get tears from laughing, but those are different types of tear. It's tear from just like laughing so hard that your glands get squeezed, so it's chemically a different type of tear. But you can laugh from tears, which is why the emojis that's like LOL or the ones that you really laugh a lot, that have those tears coming out to the sides. And then when I went to Sweat Lodge, a cenote ceremony in Tulum with a shaman, that was during my first yoga teacher training. I went mostly for my own healing, to heal from a broken heart. And so I signed up for this Sweat Lodge, and you get into this really dark dome that's made of, I guess, ceramic or dirt. And then the shaman does various ceremonies, and it's very pitch dark, and you do ceremony to every coordinates of the north, south, east, west. And I went in thinking I'm just gonna go into these crying sessions, and I was ready to just release and cry. But instead, I went into this like laughter attack that came out of nowhere. And it's so dark, and everyone's releasing and feeling. And there's about 7 people in the ceremony participating together, so nobody could hear anybody. But I just thought it was funny that I expected going in thinking I was going to cry, but I ended up laughing. But I think as I went on and did more personal work and working through a lot of trapped emotions. Okay, hold on. It comes down sometimes. Okay. So you can have trapped emotions, and when you don't deal with it, it can come out very sporadic in different ways. And nervous laughter is considered a incongruous emotion, which means the emotion does not necessarily match the situation or not appropriate to the situation. So sometimes people can go into a laughing attack during like funerals or very traumatic situations. And I feel that when I was younger, I did that more. And it was like a form of release, and to release any discomfort or vulnerability. And it also could be a defense mechanism, but it does help to release anxiety and heal trauma by associating these traumatic events with the positive emotions. So there is some therapeutic benefits to it, but the more work you do to release and just peel the layers and do the self-healing work and spiritual work, the more you get to, I think, not have the nervous laughter as much, and just really be more authentic and true to the emotion that you feel according to the events. But, it's not a bad thing to have nervous laughter, but if it's very severe and it never goes away, then it could have a medical condition as a base. So you definitely want to consult a doctor. And I'm going to just go over the benefits of laughter. And then we're going to go through a little laugh yoga session, a short one, as a sampler. And then you can just expand and play around with it on your own. But definitely share with me once you've tried it. So the benefits of laughter, even fake laughing, you know how there's a saying, fake it till you make it. It definitely applies in these situations. So when you smile or you do a fake laugh, it definitely physically sends your body signal and creates the happy hormones, endorphins, and reduces stress hormones, cortisol, epinephrine, and adrenaline. And this has been scientifically researched and proven. It increases also, and then that makes you happy, feelings of happiness and joy. So you can just cultivate that just for laughing, even a fake laugh, and then eventually you will actually feel it. And it also causes natural high from releasing neurotransmitter called dopamine, and that is a reward signal for the brain, which creates this sense of euphoria. And I don't know if you've watched that Social Dilemma. They pretty much these people that created social media to make people addicted did a lot of studies to also figure out how to create that dopamine effect. So people, when you post on social media and you get likes, it creates that dopamine signal in your brain. And if you watch that documentary on Netflix, it definitely touches upon that. So the laughing, even the fake laugh, will do the same. It also boosts your immune system, reduces pain. So the more you laugh, your pain tolerance goes up, and it releases hormones and chemicals to reduce pain signal as well. Lowers blood pressure, improves respiratory system, which is so important at this moment. The lungs, to keep the lungs healthy. It also burns calories, so 10 to 40 calories in 10 to 15 minutes. And that's by balanceminder.com AU. Also, researchers estimated a day of genuine laughter could burn up to 2,000 calories. So I don't know how accurate that is, and also too much laughter can be harmful, especially if you have certain underlying conditions. So I don't advise you to do that, but that's how much the calories can burn from laughing. So it could also be a great cardio, improves your heart health, works the core muscles and the facial muscles. Depending on how you laugh, you can also release shoulders, and the stronger your core is, it's also helping your back. So especially if you have a lot of tension, it can release a lot of tension, heaviness, and oftentimes we wear that on our shoulders as you feel like you're being weighed down on the shoulders, especially if you're an overgiver, empath. So it could kind of lighten up the heaviness in the shoulders. Definitely increases your oxygen capacity for oxygen intake, which is so important right now with all these towers that are going up, with the network updates, radiation in the air, in the ether. It helps to improve concentration, longevity. So it adds years to your life, and those that have sense of humor or knows how to laugh, especially at yourself. If you get any diagnosis of terminal illness or serious illness, chronic illness, it will increase your survival rate. But as I mentioned, too much laughter could be harmful. So for some people, it could cause abdominal hernias. If you have asthma, you have to be very cautious because it could induce asthma attacks. And you can also choke if you're eating something. So just be careful if you're drinking tea before we do the laugh session. Try not to drink anything. And I don't know about if you've ever experienced this, but if you're drinking something and if someone makes some jokes or something, and before you could have time to swallow, you start laughing and you're trying to control it. Sometimes it can come out of your nose. So that's happened. That's today. See, it's like universe is playing jokes on me today because we're doing the laughing. So normally this could be a blooper. So we're getting a lot of bloopers during the filming. So those are all the facts regarding laughing. It could also cause headaches. And so I've always been a laugher. I've always enjoyed laughing, as I mentioned. And I got introduced to laughter yoga at a studio I taught. And they invited this guy named Indi Rishi to do a laughter yoga workshop. So it just happened to be right after a yin yoga class I was teaching. So I decided to just stay and try it out. So basically, laughter yoga is based on just fake laughing at whatever problems you have. And so sometimes it does work off of that. It's not a nervous laugh, but inappropriate situations where you wouldn't normally laugh, you are purposely laughing to reduce any power it has over you energetically, just reducing any hold it has over you, so you can transmute and alchemize for a more positive outcome that you desire. So you can laugh at your bills. I will take you through a few rounds of how to do it. But during this workshop that I attended, if it was done in person, you would come in a circle and it's very interactive. But it can be done very effectively virtually over Zoom if you want to interact with people. But in this case, I'm just doing it over live. So if you're watching it on replay, feel free to comment whatever issues, problems you want to transmute and alchemize that you want to support laughing, or you just think of it or say it out loud and just start laughing yourself, or you can do it with a friend or with your dog or your cat or your bunny. So when we did it in person, it was done in a circle. And even with introduction, we would start laughing and we were moving around. You just move around a lot. So that way you're moving the energy. So we were standing up in a circle and each person took a turn introducing their name. And when one person said their name, the whole group would point and just laugh. And it just kind of broke the, what do you call it? That initial awkwardness of meeting strangers. So it kind of broke that awkwardness, and then as a group, each person will throw in a problem that they want to release and transmute, and then everyone would laugh at that problem for you, with you. So it was like a group energy to transmute. And then, like, so my internet keeps going in and out, so sorry about that. I have to look and see if it's the streaming service or my internet connection that's having issues. So it could be you could be stuck at a traffic in the car and just start laughing if someone pisses you off, another driver, just start laughing. You could also, and you want to really do it from the belly, and you can also just anytime you see yourself getting tense or stressed or thinking negative, just start laughing. So we did it in a circle. Each person, if you wanted to share, you would put out whatever you want to laugh at and start laughing. And and then after that, we would break into groups of 2 and go deeper into more one-on-one laughing sessions. So one would say whatever they want to laugh at, and both will start laughing, and then you will take turn, and we did that for about a few minutes, and then we all got back together. And he also played some flute, and so you can also transmute. So what we're gonna do is you can stand or you can sit, and just start with taking some deep breaths. And at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to put in the live chat. And at this point, you can also type in what you want to laugh at in the chat if you want people's support. Again, this is optional, so you can do that in the chat. But we're going to start by taking some deep breaths. You can type that in at any time during the session. We'll do it for about 5 minutes. So take a moment to either ground through your feet evenly if you're standing, or if you're seated, ground through your sit bones. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out through your nose. Full inhale. Full exhale. So keep circulating your breaths in and out through your nose, just settling your nervous system. And then we're going to start to clap to just break up some dense, heavy energy. And then start with ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Like a chant. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And then if there's any problem, I'm going to just say my bills. So you can just out loudly say my bills or any other problems, or it could be like Trump winning. Trump won. And then just go. You can be as fake as you want and as loud as you want. And make sure you do it from your belly. And you can also think of something that makes you laugh and just start laughing. Think of an incident, something that happened that made you laugh. If you have a go-to event that always makes you laugh, do that. And then just laugh out loud. And then you can think of other problems. Again, if you're watching this on replay, feel free to type in any support you need if you want the group to support you in releasing. And you can laugh at whatever pain. I have a shoulder pain, and then I'll just laugh. And just feel free to be as crazy as you want. I mean, I feel more crazy because I'm just looking at a camera. And if you're watching, you're probably not gonna feel as crazy as me. And you can just point and laugh at me if you want for doing this. And let's just do one more last laugh together on this whatever you want to transmute. So it could be sadness or if it's something really sad and if it makes you cry, then feel free to cry. So crying is also a really great release. So laughing and crying kind of go hands in hand, like as I mentioned, and both are really good at transmuting and healing. So the only thing you don't want to do is hold in these emotions that get trapped in your body. And I think my dogs are like wanting to come in now. They're scratching the door. And it also like notice your heartbeat. Notice, if you get hot, it definitely works up some calories. So again, just do that with as many things you want to laugh at, or as things that come up. You can also do that. As I mentioned, you can do that during driving. If you're at work and if something is really frustrating you, you can just go to the bathroom and do it. Or you can go into your car and do it. And it doesn't take that long. You can just laugh for like a minute or two, or as much as you would like. Like I said, you can do it with your friends, or you can just watch this video whenever you need to laugh. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can write in the chat or in the comments if you're watching the replay. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe, like, and comment. Share with any friends or loved ones that you think might benefit from this information. And as I mentioned, normally I announce the Yogi Tea Time topics a few days before I do the live. This one was a very last minute that I put this together. If you have any requests for a topic you would like me to cover in this Yogi Tea Time, you can also write in the comment, in the chat, or you can email me by joining my email list. But if you ever see a topic that you feel like you can contribute and be my panel guest and come on live during the live video, then feel free to join the email list at turtleflowyoga.com, and you can sign up and email me and let me know. And then if you're on Instagram, please follow me at Turtle Flow Yoga. If you are dog lover and if you would like to join yoga with dogs, you can also follow Doga Alchemy. Yoga Alchemy. And I do Zoom yoga classes every other Sunday mornings. So that's another Instagram that I have. So hopefully this helped you to just break away from all that tension from the election results and or any stress from just this pandemic we're going through. And I wish you health, abundance, joy, lots of laughter. And again, if you haven't, please subscribe, like, and comment. And for those of you that had recently subscribed to this channel, thank you and welcome. And I do these Yogi Tea Time every other Thursdays at 4 p.m. Again, today I did it at on Wednesday because of a scheduling conflict I have tomorrow. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. And go within and find your inner sparkle.